Check 1, 2. All right, so if you guys can see me out there, I'm so just heads up. I've got a thunderstorm. I walked outside. I'm like, I'm gonna go see what's going on outside. So I'm just a heads up that where I live, I walked outside. I'm like, is there construction going on outside? I walked outside. There's like a wall of black in the sky. So if you're still with me right now, if you're tuning in real quick, there's a high chance I'm going to lose power and internet. It's like flashing. My lights are flashing. My internet is flashing. And more than likely, I'm going to lose power at some point here. There's a massive thunderstorm coming through.
You're listening to Trade the News.
Yeah, hold on here. Thanks for the Trade the News update. So everything's coming back online. I promise this isn't me. So we'll look real quick in case I lose you guys. In case I lose you guys, if it does shut off at some point, we're gonna just talk about the rest of the day. Okay, we're gonna go over what my expectations are for the rest of the day in case we get lost here. I want you to know two things. Okay, I want you to know that there's volatility right here, right? I want you to see this volatility, right? We broke above it, right? But I want you to see this right here specifically. So these sellers, bears are going to try to step back in here, right? We know that there's sellers had that big red bar that we saw up here and up in here, right? So just know that bears are going to start to reposition as we get up here. Know that we're still within our trading range to trade all the way up to 450. We talked about that yesterday, right? Still in our trading range to even get up here. It's not abnormal for us to trade that high. Don't feel like it is because it isn't on a larger time frame. You can see that we can easily trade up to 450, right? We can easily break above here. Just be aware of that. I don't know that I expect that to happen, but what I do expect to happen here is what my expectations are. So we have a small rollover at some point. We trade higher, try to close above this 44350 somewhere in here. Creepy crawly up, let's say. And for futures, I think we squeeze higher. Matter of fact, yeah, I think we squeeze higher, or even if we squeeze higher just slightly, and then I think we're going to try to make this close for Friday. That's what my thought right now is. Do we get there? I can't tell you. But I think that's going to be the attempt between now and Friday. This is going to be the price target up here at 440. Call that at 448 or so, just below 450. That's going to be the attempt. I also think that you're going to see futures get bought tonight. I said sell futures, but I think they're going to buy them, no matter where we end up. And if we trade down here to the bell, I still think futures get bought. Okay, so no matter where we wind up, I think we gets bought. My price target right now is 450 or 448 or so. Let's call it. We know that 447. If it takes us to get here to tomorrow, if we squeeze up tomorrow, we could sell this right at the open. If we only squeeze up to here, we could trade up to here and then sell down. This could also move higher to 450 or 448 tomorrow. So just want you to be aware of that. If I lose you guys, I can actually smell the thunder outside right now. So we've got a huge thunderstorm in Detroit right now. So if I end up losing you guys, that's my thought and plan for today. I don't think we sell down into Friday right now. I don't think that's on the. I don't think that's. I don't think that doom and gloom is on the docket right now. Could be. We could slide right down here into OPEX. That's the other side of the trade. The bear trade is when do they actually load up? Do they load up right now? Do they load up higher? My thought process, though, I think Chase was talking about it earlier, was that puts get closed and hedging. No need to hedge any longer. The market pushes this up regardless of what bulls want or bears want. retail at least. So I think we do get that regimen all the way up here into tomorrow. And then I would say it's tough to buy anything over this weekend. I'll be with you guys tomorrow unless we have this nasty storm or something. I should be here tomorrow, but if I'm not here tomorrow, if this thunderstorm is worse than expected, it's tough buying calls or puts unless you're buying spreads because of the 3-day weekend and the theta burn, and they'll kill them on Monday, anything on Monday, and then they'll start again. So try to get your trading wrapped up by this Friday. Take the nice long weekend and come back to it again on Monday. There is some question too that we could start that downward move, that heavy move down come Monday as well. Just be conscious of that as well as we trade forward. So at this point, I'm not going to take any trades. We tagged 442.84. We talked about this 443. I'm going to be looking for a dip buy somewhere down in here. I'm going to be looking for another trade for the end of the day. I'm going to clear this off. I'm going to be looking for a dip buy down in here. If I can catch something down here for an end of the day trade. Right down in this zone down here is what I'm looking for. So if you're a bear and you're like, I want to get all bearish and target that down there, that's your thing. I'm not willing to take the risk on as a bear right now. I'm just trying to be greedy and just trying to buy a VWAP type of a trade higher. I've made enough money today. This is another good point is you don't have to overtrade, right? Tell bears this on the way down. I'm always like, you should have taken this part of the trade. And they're like, I want to stay in for that last little push. I understand that. If you're a bull, I understand it. Now that we're moving up. But I'm going to be looking for, some kind of a beautiful end of day banger to the close. Now, if you want to trade this up, you can. I'll leave this up so that you can continue this trade into end of day. I'm not anti this trade going higher right here. I'm just looking at it from the intraday doldrums. Like just the intraday. Let's see if I can. Buyers are still here. Your indicator is slightly negative, but the put regimen is being fucked around with by market makers. You see these sellers up in here? They're coming down now. See them down in here? So they're right in here. I said 447. Looks like the 447. Nope, they're still up there. They're right up there. 447. You can see these sellers ganging up in here. Between 445 and we're right where we are right now. The bears trying to get their push on right now. It's their last stand right in here. You can see them right there. You can see all this ice right here. They're trying to tell you fuck no. So keep your eyes peeled if you're a bull. If you're going to be, if you're looking for a place to buy a dip, you're looking for 440.83, maybe 441, maybe even down here, right here, like 440, believe it or not. And you're like, there's no way that's happening. It doesn't always happen, but when it does happen, it pays. So just keep your eyes peeled for a good dip buy in here. We do these short coverings and we don't even get there, right? We end up doing another one of these goofballs when we get up here, just keep going higher. But this is a great trade. This is a good trade. This is a good trade. It's another good trade. Consolidation. Quick dip down. Boom. Move higher. So instead of buying a dip here, I'm going to look for that outside of consolidation range buy to go higher. That's the plan, Stan. So we can determine interest and trading ranges. Yeah, sure. So let's talk about that. So I'm not, hold on. Let me see. I can show you that. Hold on. Good question. So we'll do it here in Webull. Okay, so this is like, if you're not a new, I actively trade on Tasty on a computer setup over here. But if you're a new trader, or even if you're like a long-term trader, these are some of the fastest charts out there. This is, you put this up against like NinjaTrade, you put this up against you name it. The only thing that I've got faster than this is Bookmap. That I pay a lot of money for, right? I pay a fuck ton of money for Bookmap. Pay like fucking $300 or $500 a month. They can pay $500 a month in total for Bookmap and the and the indicators that I have. It's like $500 a month. That's what I pay to have Bookmap information. But if you want something free, believe it or not, these charts are fast. You put these up against Thinkorswim, put these up against any other fucking Webull. You put Webull up, believe it or not. One thing they're good for is the information that's conveyed. That those milliseconds actually do matter for executing a trade. So I really like watching my options chain on Thinkorswim. But I'm gonna show. I think I can do this. Nope. I thought I could show. There you go. But you can check out an options chain on Webull. Let me see. So this is, I'm just going to show you, so this is the 13th for today. Depending upon which broker you use, they'll only show like 10 strikes. And as a matter of fact, I think these are only showing, are these showing every strike? Some show every strike, some don't. But like today, right? We're at 442 right now. 442. Yeah, this isn't the best to look at this on, is it? How do I make this higher? Can I make this higher? This isn't really the best. Can I make this even higher? Yeah, this might not be the best. This might not be the best to be watching on. I mean, this Webull might not be a good example. But regardless, you see the open interest here on the right-hand side. You see the volume over here, right? On these options. What I'll try to do is, if I shout something out to you, let's say I shout the 4. This is the 4. I don't know if I can highlight this or not, but this is the 443 that I've been trading all day long, right? And it's 2 strikes outside of the money. You can see 116,000 calls over there. You can see 96,000 1 strike away, right? There's 67 cents currently. And I'll usually just watch the price of these calls throughout the course of a day. I'll watch them rise and fall. I'll watch what they were worth this morning, because I'll know that they're going to probably expire worth, not probably, but it's a high chance that calls expire worthless by in a day. I'll watch to see if they are. Hold on here. Matter of fact, I gotta bring my options chain up. I can't stream this over there. Here, let me see if I can bring this up on another screener. Give me just a second here. You know, I've got an. Hold on a second. I'm gonna do a better job of this. Fuck all this. We're gonna start over. What I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna bring up how I watch. I'm gonna show you what I watch. Isn't it weird how the market moves how you think it's gonna move before it happens? It's kind of bizarre. Give me just a second here. I'm gonna show you what I do. It's a good question. Let me see if I can bring up because I've got multiple accounts on Tasty. Okay. I'll show you exactly what I watch. Okay, so this is Tasty Works, okay? I've got it on SPY right now, right? I can change to the 13th, and this is what I watch throughout the course of a day. So right now I'm trading So within a few strikes, you can see how it says 142,000 over here. Now that these puts have lost value all day long, and they've been buying these all day long. They've been buying these all day long. Now it's not impacting it as much today. We already know that no matter how many puts are bought, that the market's going to go up because of covering, right? But I'll watch the strikes that I'm interested in through the course of the day, the rise and fall of their price. We know this morning that 443s started out the day worth around 19 cents. 17 cents at the start of today. So I can already know that if anyone's in this trade since the open, that 19 cents should be about the max pain level for the first buyers of this from this morning, right? I also know that they're going to try to kill these options at some point today, later on today. I'm also looking for interest, like IV, like do the market makers think we're actually going to go to 435? They're showing 2 cents over here. They're not giving too much value to us hitting that, right? And I'm also watching to see if they're eating the value of these options the farther out and strike from where they're going to try to close the day at. I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys, but I'll watch these things. You'll see these numbers pop up like 140,000. You'll see 200,000 pop up. You'll see them jump back and forth. Actually, Tasty will show you the high frequency traders jumping back and forth wherever they think the market's going. It doesn't work 100% of the time. But when we are making moves in the market, oftentimes, if you don't have like me telling you, hey, look, we're probably going to get a Vanna squeeze today. If we're not getting a Vanna squeeze, if we're directionally moving up or down, you'll actually see these bars raise and lower. You'll see these bars over here, these purple bars. They'll get bigger and smaller on both sides, depending upon the direction of the market. So that's what I watch. So if I'm focused on a day, like I come in the morning, get ready for my day, I will have a screener just onto the side, and I just watch the ebb and flow of the value of an option that I'm interested in the course of a day. I promise you, if you do that for a week, 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, 6 months, 8 months, and you just start watching your options chain, your dailies, just your 0 dates, 1 dates, or your next expiring. This is Apple, Tesla, it doesn't matter what. If you're able to see the interest in options and the price fluctuation in options over the course of the day, and you got a general feeling of where we're going, you can get an idea of where max pain is on that single option, how much interest is in that single option, and the ebb and flow of the interest in it through the course of a day. So you're kind of riding on the coattails of other traders. You're hiding on the coattails of trading firms. Now, on a day like today, where everybody's buying these 433Ps, we talked about that right at the open this morning when we started the live stream. I told you, I said, the only people buying puts right now are going to be retail traders. These aren't HFTs. These are just retail traders. These are late to the party, or these are firms that are trying to manipulate the market to print with some spreads they've got out there, some condors, butterflies, whatever, some manipulation. Some of it is inside. Some of it is banks doing it. And they'll try to manipulate the stock price or the share price to where they want it for a close. You'll often see this at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day. They don't care about that money either. So people will also sometimes think, well, why are they buying $100,000 in puts right now? Or not $1,000. Why are they buying 130,000 contracts of SPY fourth? Well, let me go back and look and see where those were. Let me see if I can raise this up for you so you can see it. Bring this back up again. Well, let me log in. So we can get back to the 13 there. You might be asking yourself, why do they keep adding to these puts here, right? Even if it's not going up. So most times when we're moving, you'll see these firms creep in. Matter of fact, the neatest part is, if let's say you see one day, you'll see 142,000 puts heading into an event, and all of a sudden, right, real quietly, you'll see all the bars raising on the call side, and you'll say, oh shit, they're going to counter trade this, right? And then boom, we end up squeezing higher. Now, why you might say, why are there so much interest that's grown all day long on 437p? It's not because they don't want. It's not because they're trying to make any money off this. It's because they're holding a position, a condor, a fucking butterfly, and they're just trying to manipulate the market enough not to go higher. They're just trying to stop it from going. If they don't want it in at 450, they can't be outside of their butterfly. They want that butterfly to print or that fucking condor to print within a certain price range. Does that make sense? It's like, right, they want it within a certain price. They don't want to trade within that range. So the more that I don't know how to explain this well in simple terms, but just start. Even if you sign up for a Tastyworks account and you don't trade on it, you should be trading on Tasty because you can make, especially if you're a new trader, you can make like 100 accounts. You can blow them up with PTD, PDD, whatever it's called, PDT. You can blow them up with day trader rules and just roll the money into another Tasty account. You can fucking not ICH, but you can wire that shit back and forth into new accounts and keep trading with small accounts. But that's irrelevant. The point is that if you start some way, somehow, find a decent way to monitor options chains in your favorite stock or ETF or ETN, and just watch the flow of the value of the one that you're in. If you're in the put side, you want to be in them on the lows and then back in on the highs. And just as a good indicator, right now the 443s, excuse me. Let's see if I can get back over here. It's kind of wonky. So the 443s right now are currently holding value at 26 cents. I already know right now that the low on those 443s was like 19 cents this morning. I know if we break 19 cents, we're probably going to scream even lower. But if we're down there and I can grab a low at 19, 20 cents, I already know there's a bunch of holders there that want to grip that into the close. And it's hard to explain. The longer that you stare at that shit day in, day out for a fucking month, 3 months, 6 months, a year, you start to be able to visualize what the market's going to do. It's a decent tool to be using in the background. You just got it sitting there in the background, and you start to time your trades better. The key part to the key part that I'm trying to relate to you in this is think of it like a tug of war. You ever get into like a tug of war when you're a kid and you've got like 10 guys or women or 10 women on one side and 10 women on the other side? If you're a woman out there listening to the broadcast right now, and let's say you've got, 6 guys and 7 women in each team or something, whatever it is. Doesn't fucking matter. What matters is when you're in that tug of war, you know the feeling, right? And you start to get an idea for their strength and their methods, right? And that same thing correlates to watching an options chain. So if you're it's like anything. It's like sex with the same person. It's like when you play a new basketball team or a new soccer team you've never played before, and you're like, I don't understand, I don't get the feel for this team. But then you've played a team over and over and over and over again. You're like, yeah, I get that. I know how these guys play. I know their setups. I get the feel for them. I have a feeling for them, right? You're so comfortable, and you're getting the feel for where the market's going. The other thing that I watch for in these options chains is premium creep, either out of the options chain or into the options chain. Sometimes I'll be sitting there and I'll be like, are we going up or down here? And we might be looking like we're going up. This is a prime example right here. Now, I'm not saying this is happening right now, but oftentimes you look at an option chain, curl up, and you're like, yeah, we're going to squeeze higher. And even though we're squeezing higher on a candlestick chart, you can see inside the options chain the fucking calls are just dropping in value. Now, I'm not saying that's happening here, but I'm saying if you saw that in an options chain as we're creeping up right now, it's showing you that there's a flight away from those calls, that they know something that you don't know. So every little bit of edge that you can get, right, between the book map, between the options chain, between the option flow that's coming in, between the market breadth indicator, between the news that's coming out. We'll listen to Trade the News. All of those indicators, you start listening to Trade the News, you're watching these 2 or 3 screeners, and you're saying in your candlestick chart, and you got to know what the market profile is, right? And you're like, oh shit, I have an edge. I have an edge over other people. I have an edge over traders, and this is one of my tools that I use to have that edge, so that I can know that I'm making the right decision, right? So you might, this might not make sense to you right now. I might not be explaining this well. I'm not doing I'm this kind of off the cuff because I was asked. I haven't had a chance to formulate a better explanation of this. But my point to you is this. Here's my point. My point is, open a fucking options chain right? And then you'll start you'll start doing is you'll start bouncing through like today's expiry, tomorrow's expiry. You'll start to check to see if there's a bunch of call holders that you don't see on today's expiry, but all of a sudden you check tomorrow's expiry and there's like 500,000 calls on tomorrow's expiry. Oh, you got some backup over there. Then you find out, you look deeper into the call expiry or the expiry chain, you find out, oh wow, next week there's fucking 500,000 fucking puts over on fucking 400, you know, or it's a month out, and you start seeing where all the placements are, where the hedging is. You start to see the makeup and components visualized of where market makers are hedging for us to go, where the value is or the premium is in each option, and then you can actually jump in too on specific strikes, right? Strikes that are popular. It's always good to be in strikes that are, not always, but you know, a lot of the time, it's good to be in where popular strikes are, especially if you're like, are we short or long a stock or an ETF or ETN or whatever? You dig through there. Well, you go out there blindly buy some call on any ticker, and you find out that nobody's in calls, that it's just a shit ton of puts in there, and you're the only guy buying calls, right? You want to go in there and just dig around, root around a little bit, and find out what's going on. So if you don't do that in your trading, I'm going to recommend to you to start doing that, and you'll start to be able to decipher what's going on. You'll start to be able to decipher what's going on behind the scenes of the intraday trades and trading. And another neat part of that too, right, is if we make violent moves in the market, unexpected, you guys are ever out there and you're like, well, why did the market just dump? Like, I didn't see that coming. I didn't see news on Twitter. Walter Bloomberg didn't say nothing. Trade the News didn't say something. But I guarantee you, the one place you will see it, right, you'll see them fucking come in like a back door. You'll see like men in black suits, right? The men in black will come in, and you'll just all of a sudden see them buy. Remember yesterday, we were trading yesterday together, and I said to you, I was like, all these things are saying we're going up right here. I was like, but I got this fucking grate, like it was grating me yesterday. I was like, man, these motherfuckers keep loading up here. Like they're actively, like at that moment, I was like, we should be going up here. I was like, as a matter of fact, it was right here. It was right here yesterday. Let's see if I can bring this up right here. So yesterday, I'll make pretend we didn't see this trade yet, right? See this right here? I think this is where we put it. We drew it right here. We drew this yesterday, and we were talking about in stream yesterday, right? Pretend you didn't know any of this over here. You didn't know anything about this over here. It was just showing this right here. You didn't know any of this over here. It was looking like we were consolidating, right? And then we're going to get this nice spike up here or even higher, right? And all the indicators said this was a bull flag. We were going higher. Everything said this yesterday. And I'm over here, and we're down here yesterday, and I'm looking, and I'm like, motherfuckers. I'm like, they went from 40,000 puts to 90,000 puts. Now they're up to 150,000 puts. And oh my shit, they just went to 200,000 puts. I'm like, why do these motherfuckers just loading the fuck up right now at this moment? They're doing it. Like right here, they're doing it. They're just fucking loading up. And I'm like, these motherfuckers know what's going on in the background. These fucking guys are about to drop this fucking market down here. And meanwhile, no one knows a fucking thing about it. Right? And we caught this yesterday because of what? Everything else was saying we're going up. And we caught it because of something simple enough and free, by the way, of just keeping your eye on that options chain and seeing where the high-frequency trading firms are coming in and coming out. Sometimes you'll see them do splits and strangles. You'll see them buy both sides. You'll see them sometimes be in for like 5 seconds. In, out, in, out. That's why I call them high-frequency trading firms. And they're manipulating the market. This is where you'll see the actual manipulation in the market. You'll actually be able, if you track that stuff, you can actually see them come in and out. They're like little tinkerers in the background, and they're fucking around with the market. They're basically manipulating it for their own benefit, whether they're holding a position, like they're holding the underlying stock they want to be at a certain price, whether they're in spreads, whether they're in butterflies, whether in some complex ratio spread that they need to have print. They will come in and manipulate the fucking market, including the fucking SPY. And shockingly, right? They might have a position that they need to get print on in Tesla or in Apple, right? So they'll literally short smaller ETFs and indexes. I'll post sometime. I'm going crazy about this. I'll post sometime. One of these days I'll dig up some talks that I've listened to and been to in the past amongst very smart people, like Princeton type shit. And these guys talk about it. They're like, they'll short Tesla, but not through SPY. They'll fucking short Tesla in tiny, easy to manipulate ETFs. These tiny ETFs that actually impact the SPY. So they'll put a short on, let's say, or manipulate the SPY to drop Tesla, and then they'll go and attack it in these smaller ETFs, right? So these guys know beforehand the impact that's going to actually happen on SPY from these smaller ETFs. While instead of actively shorting Tesla directly, they'll short it indirectly and impact the price of the stock. So there's these complex trades that go on in the background. But meanwhile, you've got a door into that world. You can actually watch the dark room, the options chain room. It's a dark room, and all of a sudden you see a guy in a black suit walk in the back door, and he goes, "Shh, you all think we're going up right now, but I'm going to load the fuck up on fucking 200,000 puts right now, 0 dates, and I'm going to drop this bitch down." And then all of a sudden, 5 minutes later, SPY dumps, and they got paid millions, and you're getting stuck holding fucking bags. So my point is sign up for a Tasty account. You don't have to trade on it. Just sign up for one. Get in there and open up an options chain. Keep it on go down to like the Salvation Army or something, or the was it Goodwill. Grab an old shitty monitor. Plug that motherfucker into your laptop or into your desktop. Right? Could be a shitty monitor. Go into like Windows 10 or something and look up identify screens or detect screens or whatever you do. Right? Slam in 2 or 3 monitors into your computer at home. So you got 3 little monitors. You don't even need 2 computers, just 3 monitors. On one screener, I want to keep a little box of me in there so you can watch me all day long. And then another little box, I want you to open up that little Tastyworks. Then there's better programs. There's actual, you can pay for the options chain to be up and open and be more interactive and more direct. But for me, it's easy. It's simple. I can simply see it in visual form and Tasty. It's free. I trade on it already. I'm buying and selling these calls and puts all day long. But for you, you just want to start watching the ebb and flow inside of these option chains all day, every day. That's what you watch, so that you get a feel for it, like a woman, right? Or for like if you want to get a feel for something, you want to get a feel for the inner workings of something, or the inner mechanicals that go on. Easy way to do it. Easy way. Easy. Does that work? So the point here is this. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, right? My point to you is it's like when you play somebody over and over and over again. You don't have to look at them the first day and say, I understand what's going on with this team. But the 5th or 10th time that you play them, you start to understand. Does that make sense? It's more about a feel. So just start watching an options chain. Watch them all day long. In and out, in and out. You don't have to base trades on it, but just watch the ebb and flow. After a while, you're gonna your eyes are gonna start to identify the shifts inside of the markets. You'll start to understand what's going on. You'll be like, yeah. Now, Webull wasn't a good example because they don't really show you visually a quick way to see where the hand is on the scale. But for me, I can easily see when the finger comes out and sits on the scale on each side. And it's interesting. You have to base your calls and puts on this, but I'll tell you what. As you see the pivot points in the market, you'll start to see the shifting in the options chain too. You'll actually see it take place right before or leading up to a pivot moment in the market. You don't have to believe it. Just try it. Just give it a chance. Oh, you're going to do that corn trade? Are you in that corn trade? Now, the whole negative gamma thing is a whole other thing. So if you want to start talking about positive and negative gamma, whole different conversation. That works in positive and negative gamma watching options chains.
Seeing reports circulating now that the New York City subway shooting suspect has been taken into custody.
Oh yeah, baby. Get that motherfucker. Let's talk about, you guys want to talk about negative gamma real quick? I can talk about negative gamma. what you need to know about negative gamma. We can talk about that real quick if you want. We'll pretend. Let me see if I can put something up to show you about something about negative gamma. Give you a basic understanding of negative and positive. It's not really negative and positive gamma. But we can show it. I can visualize it for you. Let me see if I can explain it. Let me see if I can explain it. I'm going to contemplate this in my mind. So if we're in a positive, quote unquote positive, looks like some dip buyers are stepping in right now on the Qs and the SPY. Just heads up. Dip buyers stepping in currently on the SPY and the Qs. And dip buyers stepping in. So let's start at, we'll talk about the three terms. We'll talk about volatility levels. Just they're areas of contention. Large areas of contention, right? Oftentimes I won't trade volatility levels because that's for me at the end result is that's where options get ground up in value. Like monthly basis, I look for volatility levels for where to sell. There are larger volatility levels in larger time frames. There's smaller volatility levels on daily time frames. Now, but you just have to know that, right? Those are areas of support and resistance. That's the easiest way to say that what a volatility trigger is. Support and resistance. Volatility trigger. It's an easy way. Just volatility. It's a fancy way of saying, believe it or not, support and resistance. Then we've got negative and positive gamma regimes, right? Those levels change. What you truly need to know about negative and positive gamma is levels of volatility within those within those areas. Get a nice little squeeze going on the SPY right now. So if we're in a negative gamma zone, right, or area. I don't know if that's
S&P raising their rating to investment grade, going to BBB minus from BB plus. Outlook stable for hotel uniform November.
Let me bring this over and I'll show you this in a better light. Okay. So right now, our current, I believe it's at 450, but I think it's actually high. Or I think the band of volatility right now is higher. But what I'll do is I'll make this easy for you. So simplified. Always simplify these things. Never try to overcomplicate this stuff. And if we're going up and down, that impacts what happens within positive or negative gamma too. But it's not important right now. Let's see if I can get a box or something. Can I get a box? Let's see if I can get a box. Should be a box. I just need a box. I forget where the box is. There's the box, rectangle. Okay. So let's say at 450, right? Anything down here, right, is negative gamma, let's say. Let's just say, I think it's at 450, but. So this is negative gamma in here, okay? We're going to make this color red. Okay? Hold on here. God damn it. Red, okay? And then we have what's called the volatility trigger. Or volatility zone, right? Make this one yellow. Okay. Make this one yellow. Right? And then above here, we'll make this positive gamma up here. Let's just say this is positive gamma up here. Hold on. Let me make this green. Okay. So whenever we're below down in this negative gamma zone down here, right? You're going to expect, now, depending on which way we're headed to, if we're headed up here, you can see that we still have high volatility, right? High, big moves, right? Big moves. Whenever you're down inside of negative gamma, you'll have violent moves up and down. Okay, you have to be conscious of that, up and down. This area here of contention, right, is where you can lose the trade, right? An example would be you think we're going to sell
President
off.
Biden saying that
and we
the
didn't.
latest military aid package from the U.S. to Ukraine will contain many of the weapon systems the U.S. has already provided, as well as some new capabilities.
We didn't tear, but when we did, it was a violent move down, right? Violence, right? This is volatility. This is diddling in the middle. Don't ever like doing it. Now, these moves are violent moves, right? We get these huge moves when we're in here, right? No matter where we're going, violence.
Biden specifying the package will include artillery systems, artillery rounds, and armored personnel carriers.
When you're in a positive gamma environment,
also approving transfer of additional helicopters to Ukraine.
You tend to have less violence. You have less implied moves in the day. So your implied move up here, not always, but you might have an implied move up here of let's say you've got an implied move today at 0.30, 0.30%, right? No, it didn't happen here, but typically you will. You have like 30% moves, very small moves in low gamma environments. If you're flagging here, then you'll have that squeeze higher. We have these small implied moves, generally speak, not always, but typically volatility will be compressed when you're in a positive gamma environment. When you're in a negative gamma environment, your implied moves tend to be like 1.5%, right? Not 0.3%. Very rare in negative gamma environments. You might get some sideways days, and we'll tell you, hey, we're going to trade sideways here, right? But but still, there's risk of a larger move down here. But generally speaking, when you're in a positive gamma environment, you're going to have less moves. You'll have the melt ups. You'll have that we continue to just grind higher and grind higher and grind higher and grind higher. In here, we tend to have more risk for violence and more risk. And also another note in here is when we're down here, you guys when I come on stream with you, and I'm like, sell the rip, right? Sell the rip. Even if we trade up higher, sell the rip. This is your ceiling up in here, right? Sell the rip. Don't be trying to time your dips down here. There's no point. The regime down here is selling. The regime up here is buying the dip. Does that make sense? So you're buying the dip. Once we break down below into volatility, it starts to turn into sell the rip. Does that make sense? Okay. So how does gamma impact our negative and positive? And these levels change all the time. They fluctuate. So that's all you really need to know. You don't really need to know too much when it comes to. You don't need to get too. You don't need to overthink a lot of this stuff. A lot of times, traders and investors, they try to be smarter than the guy that's showing you that stuff. Not me, but like even spot gamma. You don't want to be. You don't need to overcomplicate this stuff. It's just another tool in your tool chest to say what regime are we in right now. And just showing you that now, what regime that's actually where it is right now. I think that's pretty much the levels right now. So what regime are we in right now, right? So we're in the sell the rip regime. This is generally where it was, right? So we're looking for any opportunity to sell rip. Doesn't mean you just go, fuck it, I'm buying puts down here because we're in a negative gamma regime. It means we're going to have some violent moves, and whenever we have a rip, you're looking to sell it. So if you see a move up today into tomorrow up here, what are you looking for up here? You're not looking to take this long. If anything, you're waiting to get above a volatility zone, then you pick this up long. You pick it up past the volatility zone, right? The volatility trigger, sorry. Vol trigger. You want to wait to pick this up as a bull, right? But if we know we're already in negative gamma, you're just waiting for every time we come higher. Every time we come higher up in here, you're going to sell. If that makes sense. Does that make sense to any of you guys out there? Does that simplify it enough or not? Is that too fast? That helps? Oh, awesome. So keep it simple. So if you know if I tell you, if you guys ask me in the morning, you're like, hey, where's the vol trigger? Hey, what's the gamma levels? I can tell you every day. And I pretty much have a fair idea of where they are. As a matter of fact, there's a cool guy, Sergio. He's a Ukrainian guy. He wrote some code to get your own gamma levels. If you guys want, we can do some coding together one day in a slow day. If you have a slow day coming up, I can code some. We can live stream a coding session where we code. What the fuck's the language? It's what's the I forget the goddamn name of the language. I not forget, but I had a mind block on it. Anyways, this guy on Twitter, cool guy. He posted some public code to write a script so you can get your own gamma levels. You don't even need to fucking pay for spot gamma. You can just get your own gamma levels every single day and find out where vol triggers are, where negative and positive gamma is in the market. We'll do that together so that one of these days we'll write some code, or we'll transfer some code so you guys can have your own little program that'll show you your own gamma levels. You can pimp it out. Yeah, Python. Thank you, Python. God damn it. Yeah, we'll do some Python coding together one of these slow days. We'll not even writing it. He gives all the inputs, so we'll just write some simple code, and then we'll write a Python program, and you can get your own fucking gamma and post it on the internet and tell everybody you're fucking super cool. Okay, ready? So we got this next tag above, looking for 443. See if we can get up here to 443. Hopefully you took that last trade we just talked about, right? Told you about that ripper coming in. Told you that there are QQQs and SPY calls coming out. And we are ripping higher right now. Nice dip buy right down in here, right? Nice little bottoming pattern. It's a beautiful trade. Damn it, dude. I missed some of these trades. I'm over here chatting with you guys. Think at least I'm saying something, Bob. This is a beautiful fucking trade right here. Sellers are still above at 443. This is a beautiful trade. Fuck, damn it. God damn it. I'm missing money right now. So what you need to know is this, right? You need to know where volatility triggers are on a macro scale. Not macro, but the fucking market. Then you see me in the morning and I'll say, here, there's some sellers here, some weak resistance here, there's some support over here. Those are just smaller, minute intraday volatility triggers. They basically are. They're just basically inside intraday volatility triggers. Areas of some support and resistance. But what you need to know as a trader and investor is, are we in a positive regime? Are we in a negative regime? The other thing, too, is let's say we're in a positive gamma environment, but we're trading down towards that volatility trigger, right? There's still there's still large moves that can be made. Large moves, once we hit those volatility triggers, we break through it, we bounce off it. And what's our stance? So when people ask me all the time, they're like, and I get yelled at for it. I got people that come in the stream and they get pissed off at me. And they're like, you told me you were bullish and you were bearish and you were this and you were that. And I'm like, well, fuck. I mean, so like my overall stance right now is bearish. It is. Even though we're going up right now, my overall stance is bearish, right? And yours should be too. We're in a negative gamma environment. If anyone asks you, you should be always like, right now, you should always be like, well, I'm bearish right now, right? I am bearish. Even though I'm bearish, that doesn't mean that I'm looking to fucking just buy fucking puts wherever. It means that you're looking for any good opportunity to short this market. Now, if you're like, well, let's say we're at the pits of hell in the market, we're in negative gamma environments, and you're like, well, are you bearish or are you bullish? I'll say to you, well, I'm and let's say we have a market liquidation event. Well, I'm bearish here, but I'm definitely bullish, going to buy this fucking bottom right here, right? I'm going to trade it up as high as I possibly can. But I'm not going to have a bullish viewpoint until I get back into positive gamma, until we break through this giant volatility trigger above us. So that gives you your overall macro viewpoint, right, on the market. Until we break above this vol trigger, I can't have an overall bullish stance in the market, but I can buy this bottom over here. Does that make sense? So you can be bearish and bullish at the same time. So when people are out there in public saying stuff like, we're going to fucking all-time highs, and I'm like, the fuck that guy saying? I'm like, we're fucking down in this negative gamma bullshit down here. And then I look at the market breadth, and I'm like, wait a minute, we just rolled over a market breadth. I'm like, none of these things here are saying we're going up. Well, we might go up today, but none of these things are saying we already had the bid in the market. We already bought a bottom down here. We just bought a bottom down here. Here's a prime example. Is a prime example. Hold on here. I'm going to bring this up for you guys. Give me a second here. This is a good example. It's a good thing to be thinking about here, right? We already know that the vol trigger is, let me see. Oh no, right here, somewhere in here. A minute. Nope, hold on. Nope. Give me a second here. Just a second here. Okay, so we already know this is the volatility trigger, right? Right around 450. We know above is positive gamma. We know down below is negative gamma, right? So just look at this bottom thing down here, right? So you're asking me, hey, what's your stance right now? What's your viewpoint of the market? Well, I'm bearish. We're down in negative gamma, right? Next thing, we already know that the market breadth indicator has nothing to do with price. That we can be going straight up over here. This was actually this was all positive up here, right? And we still had market breadth breakdowns, right? But right now we're still in negative gamma, and the market is rolling over. If we were above here and the market was just starting to roll over, or was near completion of rolling over, let's say the market was actually right here. Let's say the market had traded up and was just coming down right here, and we were and this breadth was down at the bottom down here. We'll say we're way down here, right? What would my viewpoint be? Well, shit, we've already liquidated the market. We're in positive gamma. I'm bullish on the stock market. Does that make sense? And because we are rolling over right here, and we're still in negative gamma, my overall view is bearish on the market. And you can just use this when someone's asking you, are you bullish or bearish in the market? I can tell you right now, technically, why we are, right? Technically, why we're in negative gamma, market's rolling over. We probably at this point liquidate below in negative gamma, and so my viewpoint's still negative gamma. When you guys want to get bullish, like really bullish, not buying a bottom down here bullish, because you can be bullish for this run, that's fine, and still have a bearish outlook. You can still be bearish in this market and buy a capitulation moment in the market down here, right? So you can still be bearish and still buy calls down here and still be a fucking bear. But if you want to be a bull and say, I'm fucking bullish in this market, you need to see like a market liquidation event still above in positive gamma, and you still know at that point that we're going up. We're going up from here. And furthermore, we should probably grind most of this up. It's not going to be these violent moves when we're above here. Hope that helps. You know, I used to have people come in a stream and be like, you're fucking liar and you're fucking this. I'm like, you're crazy. I'm like, it's not like I just make this shit up out of the back of my fucking ass. I'm looking at this stuff every day. Believe it or not, I'm looking at this shit every day. And this is how I get my views, right? And I'm not the only one out there in the marketplace that does this. It's not like it's an original thought or anything like that. But these are the tools that I use to have my viewpoint in the market, like that grand idea of where we're at. Ooh, look at that little bounce right there. Bunch more SPY calls and QQQ calls just came in. Just trapping them. Just trapping those bears. Just trapping those bears out there. This shit's invaluable. Hell yeah, sharps. Right on. Yeah, I hope this guy helps you guys. Like you can hold both opinions depending on where we are in the market, and trade both sides in the market. Okay, that's not fucking ranting for today. I've been ranting too much today. Hope that simplifies it. I know that sometimes when you look at this shit, when you guys hear like gems out there giving like he's using like emojis and shit, and then you've got like Spot Gamma is pretty. They try to simplify stuff, but sometimes when you go in there and you look like reading the charts and you're reading the graphs and you're like, what the or I have to figure this out. I have to take 30 seconds to contemplate the dot plot, the orange and yellow and fucking purple, and then I'm looking at time over price, and I'm like, okay, just make it simple. Just
For
make it
LATAM,
simple.
seeing some comments from the Colombian Central Bank governor who says that oil and coal price rises will improve the Colombian terms of trade.
Oh yeah, baby. That means coca will come here cheaper from Colombia. I hope that helps. And then when we talk about all this stuff all day long, we come to the last part, right? And Chase was talking about this earlier, is that with all that information, we're also looking for time decay, right? We're looking, even in this environment, we're looking for, hey, are these puts going to, have they printed? Are they in the money? Are they deep in the money? Are we adding more puts or removing puts, right? Is there an amplification trying to get these puts to print even more into the end of the week? So today I said to you this morning, I said, keep your eyes on the options chain today. If we see hedging flow and put flow on top of that hedging flow to amplify into today and tomorrow, we'll know if we get a market reversal. Otherwise, if we don't see that, we know, right? We know that there's a shit ton of puts that are going to expire today and tomorrow. Now, JPM caller, they might leave that on and not close it out, but you know what? That fucking caller is followed by hedge funds. It's followed by other institutions. It's followed by retail traders. It's followed by small family-run houses. And so you've got all these people watching that trade, right? And even though JPM might not close it, you got shit like I think their trade is, I think it's $50 million, but I guarantee you got another fucking $200 million or $500 million or even $1 billion on that same fucking trade. And they might use it as a hedge. They paid for it for free with selling calls above. They moved the market that day. Everyone's anticipating that trade. So what happens when JPM puts that trade on, right? You've got all these other motherfuckers that follow that trade, and they might not close it, but the smaller hedge funds and the other banks and the other retail traders that are throwing heavy trades on, they're sure as shit going to close their end of that trade. They're not using it as an actual hedge. They're using it as a way to fucking fund themselves. And that's pretty much that trade on Captain's Trades. It's the same fucking trade. It's basically the JPM caller, but just the call side. Just the call side. I find the call side to be simpler to find when it's ready to go, but it's basically that fucking trade. And so we're going to trade that trade or make that trade in the market, once a month, once every month and a half or whatever. Because we can get some indicators to say that it's going to work. But anyways, my point behind that is that when Chase was asking that question this morning, he's like, we're going to continue to go up Wednesday and Thursday this week. And more than likely, yes. Even if the JPM call doesn't close, there's a shit ton of traders out there that are in the money with that, following that trade, and they are going to close for profit. And so that's the implication today and tomorrow, that we're going to go up. We're going to go up today. We're going to go up tomorrow. And all those puts and all those put spreads, all those fucking butterflies and condors that have had half their legs cut off on, they're going to now get the call side of those trades to print. They're going to close their put side for profit, even if the interest stays on the hedging. Now, the other thing, too, in this is the market makers know a lot of this shit is going on. So the market makers, too, at the same time, can see puts being closed. They see calls being bought. They see that there's no chance, right? There's no implied move low enough from the structure of the market that we're not going to 420 today. We're not going to 400 today, that they start to de-hedge and de-risk themselves from that implied move lower, right? So everybody knows, except for some people, know that there's not much risk of us going there. So if there's not much risk of us going there, right, they're going to want to make money on the upside swing, right, and devalue those options, right, down to zero. So we'll probably see that today and tomorrow. We'll see that implication. So let's see if we can go higher here. We got a nice little bounce, another caught some bears in a bear trap. Take a look here. And let's see how high we can go. Let's see if we can take a peek up here. See what we can find. Still got those sellers hiding above at 443. And see right here, this band of yellow. Really want to beat this. I don't know if we can beat this today. Some more sellers at 444, 44450. And then this 447 is weakening. This was a bigger, thicker line earlier. Looks like some of these sellers have come down, but the real sellers are above at 447. 447, then 450. Yep, there they go. They're showing up right here. 447, and then some more sellers at 450. This is the big one to pay attention to, 447. I think we get this tomorrow. We might get this overnight or tomorrow. We get wrong, right? We could sell off into the bell. But I think we're done somewhere. I think we're done unless we get some squeezing. We talked about this, right? A few minutes ago, right? Make that move up, come down, and look for that close above up in here. Try to get that close. The cool part about these closes are, if you get this close up in here, right, and we deal with a low liquidity environment, we can fucking go right past that wall of sellers at 443 and make our way to 447 tomorrow. So we'll see what happens here. I'm looking for this dip buy still down below. We talked about this rip here earlier, but I'm still down here waiting for my next trade. Plus, I keep fucking chatting and talking and blabbing. Can you do your bear voice today at some point? It makes me real man. Is there usually a pretty good Friday rally? Yeah, we rally. For some Fridays we rally, sometimes we don't, right? Depends on where they want. You gotta accept us on Twitter, Cap. Yeah, I'll get you guys on Twitter. I'll go through at the end of today, and I'll log in to that Twitter trading account. It's Captain's Trades. That's just for those nice long trades. We haven't done one yet. I've been talking about this shit for a year, and finally I decided to do it. So I loaded up the account, loaded up a Robinhood account. I traded it slightly. I tried to build the account up. I went a little too big on it. I have to actually take some money out of it, and we'll drop it back down to $1,000. I was just making test trades. I didn't realize you couldn't trade. There's a whole bunch of stuff I don't know about Robinhood. I didn't know you couldn't trade I don't think you can trade from 4 to 4:15. You can't trade zero dates or something. Or I don't think you can trade zero dates. Maybe it's after like 2 o'clock or something. But I did some test spreads in there. I think I made 5 trades, and they were all winners. 5 straight winners. So we'll make these 10 trades together. We'll show you how to make the least risky. Of course, is implied risk. You should lose all your money in the stock market. But there are ways to trade this market well. So today I'm gonna as soon as the day is over, I'm going to log in to at Captain's Trades. I'll let you guys all in for the trade. There's some check the profile because I posted some rules in there. You want to read through the rules and some suggestions and some information on trading spreads, the risks associated with trading spreads. This is not financial advice. I do prefer that you follow along with these trades. You can paper trade them just so you can see the idea behind it. If you do trade this, if you do make these trades with me, I do want you to realize that they're the simplest trades, but they're going to be the most stressful trades you've ever taken. The simplest and probably the most guaranteed money, but I guarantee if you're a new trader, you're going to have a hard time getting over these humps of each trade. I guarantee it. I guarantee that half of you would rather piss $50,000 away making shitty trades. You make like $50,000 at a bunch of small shitty trades, and then you'll make these simple trades, and you'll be sweating bullets, be crawling up the walls in your bedroom every night thinking about them. But that's okay. This is the way. This is how you learn how to make money. You can see some of that volatility, right? You can see some of the sellers up here. You can see the sellers swooping in. Let's be conscious of this in here. You can see the sellers. They're just coming in and selling a little bit, coming in and selling a little bit, coming in and selling a little bit. Just some pressure. We'll look for some buy side imbalance towards the bell. I might take that trade there. I don't know. See, this is the tricky thing. It's like right here, I want to buy that so bad, and I'm not gonna. It's lying to me. I can tell. I can tell this is this. I want to buy that so bad, right there, like right where SPY is right now. I want to buy that so bad, so bad. I want to buy that, but I'm not gonna. I know it's a fake out. It's like a hot chick. She's like, "Hey, Cap," and she turns around and it's like a succubus.
Pressing Russian Foreign Ministry plans to announce more sanctions in response to U.S. punitive measures.
It's like, this looks so bullish to me. My brain's like, buy it right now. I think it rolls though. It's like that end of the day. It's like 2:30. It's like prime time to roll it over briefly. Let's have a look at the options chart for the SPY. All right, so it is 13th, right? 443 is now worth 34 cents. Ooh, and look at this. The sneaky Pete's have switched over. The high frequency traders are now on. They're not on. There's some interest still at 437. P, remember those? Well, they're not now. They're on the 442 C's. 157,000 calls. They've snuck right in, slipped their dicks right in. There's a bunch of call holders on 442C. Those are 77 cents, 78 cents, I think, to buy them. But they're sitting there. So now they're propping the market up here. There's 157,000 calls on SPY on 442. Bunch of sneaky bastards. Bunch of sneaky bastards. So I'm going to keep my eyes on that trade right now, right? I'm going to watch that trade. I'm going to watch that trade over here, or that options chain. I know there's sellers above at 443. VWAP is somewhere down here at 440.40. So you have to ask yourself, are we just going straight the fuck up? Someone seems to think we are. Someone's loading the fucking boat on SPY calls right now. Loading the fucking boat. Boat loading. Yep, Sneaky Pete's. Yeah, I got 3 accounts. So I've got a public account. That's you just Google search CaptainJimJames Twitter. That's my regular old Twitter account. That's where like my public stuff's on. Then I've got at Captain's Alpha. That's where I try to post technical stuff, information for you guys I don't want to be public. I don't want that stuff. I don't want. So I've got some hedge funds that follow me and stuff, and I just don't want that stuff public. And then the last one, I only post on that one. I'm only going to post those trades. You'll get 10 tweets from that account this year, just 10. I think it's 10 or 12 tweets from that account this year, and that's just for your long-term traders. And you got, I might add a put side to that trade, so that if you're a bear, you can follow along on the bear side. If I can incorporate that, I will. Now, if you're like a trader that's like, I want to be able to buy something and not fuck with it, not have to worry about it because I work all day long, what you can do is you can buy these spreads and just set a sell on it for profit, and it should trigger like a limit sell, standing limit sell order on it. You can place the order to buy it. I'll do it on live stream so you can see it inside of my trading account. You actually see me place the trade. And I'll make 10 trades with you so that you can learn how to trade consistently, make money without being a fucking gambler like most of us are. More calls coming in. 413, 442C, $500,000 just got bought for 77 cents. Holy shit. They're just stacking them up over there. They got 442s. Someone's just loading the fuck out of 442s right now for today. Yeah, so in that last account there, when I'm about to place those trades, I'll give you forewarning. I'll give you like same day, next day warning. I'll put like I'll make it really like, I'll put it all in caps, and then I'll put a red flashing light or something stupid on it that annoys everybody. That way you'll at least see it in your stream, your feed. And that's the only time you'll see. I've got inside of the profile, I've got 2 or 3 posts with just the rules for the trade, and then some links to information to do your own research, your own due diligence on this trade. And we'll try to turn $1,000 into $1 million. You shouldn't do that. You should be trading like 10%. You should trade like 10% of your account. Don't fuck around with like 100% of your account, stupid shit like that. If you don't have a lot of money, do it with $100 or paper trade
Come
it.
to the close of pit trading in energy markets. WTI crude futures 104.20, up another 4% today.
If you make, let's say, the
US
first
equity
trade
markets
works,
holding near the afternoon highs. 44.30 in the S&P minis.
if the trade works for you, and let's say you trade $1,000 and you make $1,000, you can just trade 10% of your winnings in each trade thereafter. You don't have to go crazy. And because I'll probably lose this. I'll probably lose one of these trades. But I want to. It's more for the method. I want you to see the method, experience the trade, and then for some of you that are new traders, I want you to be able to trade large amounts of money and not be fearful. So that's the other. There's a bunch of parts or components to this trade. Even if it doesn't work, so you get more comfortable trading large amounts of money. You get over the fear of trading large amounts of money, and this is a good way to deal with fear in a trade, so you can feel confident in a trade in a fearful environment. There's a lot of benefit actually to this challenge, more so than even the money. There's a benefit to growing as a trader by trading like this. So I'm in some calls right now. Just heads up. I shouldn't have taken this trade, but I did. So I'm in some calls right here. There's a shit ton of calls coming in on the SPY right now. They seem to think we're going up. I think we still roll over. If we do roll over here, I'm going to just add and dollar cost average into some calls. I'm sitting in SPY April 13th, 443s. Now the majority of the interest is on 442, not 443. Those are currently trading. They were fluctuating down to like 69 cents. They keep bouncing up to like 77 cents or so. And I'm on the 443s. I'm trying to flip those for 60 cents. So that's my price target. Is I'm hoping I can get turn 30 cents into 60 cents. Now, if we roll over here, if this doesn't work and we start trading down, what I'll do is buy more calls, more of the same strike, add them for like 10 cents, 15 cents, and for that next leg up higher. Okay, so this is my A entry, right? And this is my B entry. And this is my C entry, right? If you're not confident here, if you miss the trade, you can always wait for it to come back down and come back up. You can re-enter up here. We talked about this earlier, right? Talk about how to enter these trades. You go with 10% of your account, 30% of your, not account, but 10%, 30%, then 60% for the trade higher. You might miss the trade if you don't put any money in on the trade higher, right? If it just starts to rip higher here. So I am on that trade right now. I missed a couple trades while I was ranting earlier, so I'm trying to make one more trade for the rest of today. We will see if we can get this nice squeeze higher here. We'll see if we can get up here. See if there's any sellers. I don't see any. It looks like these sellers are disappearing here. Let's see how high we can trade this. Some seller right there. A little bit. Right here, 444.40. 444.40 is a nice number. 445. 444.50. I'm going to keep an eye on 444.50. And then these guys down here at 4. These guys are at 443.07. $444.40. I'm gonna keep that one up there too. I'm gonna eyeball that one. 444.40. I'm gonna adjust resistance to 444.40. Make that R2. So what I just did was, I'll show you what I did. I changed it around a little bit. I'm gonna have a price target somewhere here. I'm gonna have a price target of like 1 and price target 2 right here. I think we save 447 and higher for tomorrow. So this is my price target up here. We'll see how this goes into the bell. Got some more SPY calls rolling in. We've got some more UVXY puts rolling in currently. If we break, you can see if you're paying attention to the VIX, if you're watching the VIX, there's a large bet on the market right now on the VIX that will actually start. Hold on here. So we'll snap in the line down below, and I guess the bet is the trade here is down to 21.14. I'm not saying it's going to go there. I'm just saying that the bet is there. There's a UVXY, or UVXY puts came in for $100,000. UVXY down to 14.5. And we'll see if we trade this higher here. Let's see if we can make some money again real quick. See if we can squeeze this up. I bet Chase is out there right now, and Chase is like, "Hey, Cap, that's a bear flag." I guarantee right now, Chase, are you listening? I bet Chase is like, "It's a goddamn bear flag, Cap. I knew I should." He'll say, "I love Chase." He'll be like, "I should have bought puts, Cap. Why didn't you tell me to buy puts over here? God damn it." So we'll see what happens here. We'll see if we can get up. If we can push this up higher. See all these nice calls and puts being bought. You know, there's a lot of interest on 442. 442s are now up to 89 cents. 443s are up now up to 37 cents. Just that grind, baby. Are you here, Chase? Good to see you, brother. Discord stream dark pool shows 110 million at 438. Let me see. Let me take a look. 438 on 438 Ps. Oh, are you talking about the right hand side, the equity blocks and dark pool prints? So I've done videos on how to read dark pool and equity blocks. What I'll do, I'm not going to do it at this moment, but I will go through. If any of you guys out there's a couple things I want you guys to if you guys are on, sometimes I'll see people on Twitter posting a ton of shit on equity blocks and dark pools, and they have no fucking idea what they're talking about. So what I'll do, not you guys, but I'll also see fucking randos. One guy like built this whole Twitter on dark pools, and he was absolutely fucking wrong. So what I'll do tomorrow is, let me write this down. I've done it before. I'll do it again. What's that, Honey Bear? You okay? You sure? I'll go over dark pools again tomorrow with you and how to read. Let me write this down. I'll go through how to read the dark pools and the equities. Dark pool and equity blocks tomorrow. And what I'll also do is, I'm going to screen, I'll post. What I'm going to do is I'm going to post how to read them at Captain's Alpha today. So you'll get at the close today, I'm going to actually post how to read the equity blocks and dark pools that come through Flow Algo. Also, another thing to look at is now that you mention it, another thing that oh yeah, look at that! Oh, look at those calls come up. Oh yeah, 442s now at 92 cents. 443s were at 30 cents. They're now at 40 cents. I'm going to also show you how to look at the alpha. If you look on the bottom right-hand side of the options flow, you'll see that alpha indicator down there, and I'll explain that as well. That's just it's just showing you where the flow is, unusual flow, and they're hitting specific. Quant check marks, so that we know that there's money flow into specific tickers. Amazon is listed today. Oh no, sorry. The last time we had one was on 4/1. Can you believe that? We usually get them every day. We haven't actually had one since April 1st. Wild. Not since April fucking 1st. 12 days ago. But typically that alpha flow that you see down there right hand side, you will see that almost every day. Especially when we're in positive gamma environments, you'll see it almost every single day. Hopefully you guys are in some calls right now and you're making some money so you can take your girlfriends out for dates. You guys are out there, you're like, just peel back that money flow right now inside your pocket. Don't forget to take profit at some point, okay? You guys get what I'm saying out there? You guys making money right now? Yeah, there you go. There you go. There's that money. Take that money and run. See that money coming in right now? See that money coming in right now? I know you can see it. Look at your money flow. See that money flow coming in right now? You guys see that money coming in for you right now? See that print? Get that burr. 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 Burr, baby, burr. Print it. Print it. Like that burr. Look at that consolidation. Look at that consolidation in here. Just consolidate. Got that one big boom. Bam, bam, bam. Well, that's that drop. Here's chase drop right here. I'm gonna give some chase porn for you. Do some chase porn. And a failure to the depths of hell. That's what Chase wants. Burr, baby, burr. Just that squeeze. Just grind it. Just squeeze it and grind it. Smash it and mash it.
We're inside 15 minutes now to the close of pit trading in bond markets. The 10-year yield falling to 2.678%, down 4 basis points on the day. The 2-year,
baby.
233.
Bond yield falling. Hello. Haven't heard that in a while, have we? Shit. These are the market internals from earlier. The New York Stock Exchange volume is 351 million shares, 15% below its 3-month average. Advancers lead decliners, baby. Rotation trade 2.6 to 1. NASDAQ volume 3.25 billion shares, 7% above its 3-month average. Advancers lead decliners 2.8 to 1. VIX index down -8%. Hello, ladies. We're almost down to 0.9%. We got a little bit of a fall. Red bar down on the VIX right now currently. Red bar down. Man down on the VIX. VIX falling right now as the SPY is riding high. Blasting off right now. Crank it, baby. Give me that squeeze. 49 cents now on those calls. They were called out at 30 cents. Now trading at 50 cents right now. Now trading at 50 cents. 442 C's trading at $1.12 right now. Oh yeah, baby. Give it to me. Just be careful up here as you trade up here. Remember that little, get that little bar up here, that little resistance, right? Be careful of that litul resistance up here. Be careful of that previous high we had, 442.84. No shame in taking a little bit of money off the table. Let a few runners run. No shame with taking a little bit. See this resistance above here again at 443. No shame in taking take a little bit off, right? And then let a couple runners left to run. There we go. Now 52 cents. 442.86 retest on the highs. No problems taking a little bit off, shave a little bit off, and let a few runners go. Take some money off the table. Take some of that money. Now trading at 442.96. Blasting off right now. Blasting off. Trying to break through that resistance. That double top that we were going to form. Trying to break above here. See how high we can get. We've got no more sellers once we get above here. See that red bar right here? This is with them stepping in right now to try to stop the bulls from trading higher to 445. Bears is saying, hell no. Hell no. Doesn't matter to you, though, because you're going to take a little bit off the top. Put a little bit of money in the back pocket. Hell yeah, I'll check Tesla for you. How's fucking the Q's doing right now? Loading up Tesla right now for you. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, I think what do we say? 347. We're at 346 right now in the Q's. I think we said 347 for the Q's earlier. Oh yeah, baby. Tesla at that 1020. Talked about 1020 earlier today. Hells yeah. Hells yeah. Next stop for Tesla we know is 1050, right? Let's take a look up here. Yeah, a little bit of resistance here at 1025, 10. The next target above 1040 looks even bigger. You got some volatility in here for sure. We'll scrape this down. Let's see if we can scrape this down. Get that squeeze. Your next target above 1050. Got a little bit of resistance here between 1020 and 1025. No, never any shame in taking a little bit off the table. We talked about that this morning too. Any of you guys that are here all day long, I appreciate you here because I don't have to repeat myself to some of you out there. I know some of you guys follow me all day, every day. To all of you, to all you followers out there with me all day long, trading with me all day long, I appreciate and love all of you. Hands down. Because you guys know what's up. You guys are here all fucking day. all fucking day with me tuning in, right? You guys are badass. Badass. We'll leave Tesla up so it can load up a few more hours. 1020 price target for today has been accomplished. Pat yourselves in the back. You got my take on tomorrow that we squeeze even higher tomorrow. My thought is we're gonna print this into the close. That we're gonna get that pinstrike or creepy crawly up into the close, and then we're gonna actually squeeze higher for Friday. Even if we sell off here at this point, just be conscious of where we are. 1020 on Tesla right now, right? Talked about that this morning. We're at 443 right now, right? Price target achieved. We can trade higher into the bell. We can go up to 445. But I'm just looking at it from like today, tomorrow. Yeah, sometime between today and tomorrow. Wouldn't be surprised to see the squeeze higher over here. Maybe sell down here and then get back up here tomorrow or something. Sell it off in a Friday close, Thursday close, Friday for us this week. It's on the table. If there's any dip to be bought down here, you can buy a dip. We're still trading higher right now. Might do the creepy crawly thing. We do this wiggly waggly up here, right? They don't want you to think we're going there, but we do. Look at that nasty drawing. That's disgusting. That's like a filthy little drawing, isn't it? Got a couple runners left on the table here. See if these runners will keep on going. See if we can blast through 443. Or if we reject here. Do we just go higher? Do we not go higher? 443 is now worth 57 cents. That is 100% print off 3 cents. It's 100% print. Yeah, no, I was saying Thursday is Friday. Thursday is Friday. There you go, Otis, my man. So what do we got going on here? I think you guys. All right, I'll give a shout out here to Zach for subscribing. Dan Breslin, thanks for supporting the channel. I appreciate it, brother. Lovendi, thank you very much for supporting the channel. A-Town, thank you for subscribing. Richard, thank you for subscribing. Aaron, thank you for subscribing. Zachary, thank you for supporting the channel. Chris Perry, thank you for supporting the channel. The Squilliam, thank you for supporting the channel. Mike, thank you for subscribing. GTG, thank you for supporting the channel. OTP, thank you for subscribing. Scott, thank you for subscribing. Quatch, thanks for subscribing. Chagarrett, thank you for subscribing. Casey Robbins, thank you for supporting the channel. Marcus, thank you for supporting the channel. JK, Benny Mack, James, Justin Norman, John Wall, Sunspot. Well, that's from 2 weeks ago. So I'm giving shout outs to 2 weeks ago. And I want to thank specifically anyone that supports this channel, subscribes to this channel. Please like and subscribe these videos. Please tell your friends about them. I appreciate the support. This channel does cost money. All these services, they're not cheap. They run me somewhere around $12,000 a year or something stupid like that. And then I'm here with you guys all day long, so I do appreciate the support. Anything helps. If you guys make money, if you guys are new traders, I expect nothing from you. But if you guys are making money off these trades, please try to support the channel. If you're a poor trader, just a like and a subscribe. I know people ask you that and you don't want to do that. Just like and subscribe. I appreciate it. It helps the channel grow. Please join us in our Discord. We've got a great group of traders. They try to help each other. I've been a member of some pretty badass, like high-speed trading rooms, like boiler room type shit. And they're fucking assholes. They're not nice fucking people. If you don't know what you're doing, they'll shit down on you. They'll shit right down your neck. We try not to do any of that around here. If I catch that shit, I'll fucking bounce somebody in a minute. I don't care if you're greatest trader in the world. You should be passing that along. If you're a new trader, you should be sucking it up like a sponge. And the reason I say that is because we're fucking retail traders. It doesn't matter if you've got 5 years, 10 years, or a day of experience. I've got a couple thoughts on that. Number one, the retail traders are still they're still scattered, right? They're going to be a force in this market someday in a big way. And the more they help each other out, the more you can compete against a large bank. And secondly, why the fuck would you want to shit down on a retail trader when you've got a bunch of fat fucks in banks that could give a flying fuck about every single retail trader? Yeah, all you can do is help each other out. We don't move markets, so we should be helping each other out to make sure that we're making money in these markets, and we're competing against the banks, not each other. If you think you're taking my $100,000, you're not. The banks are taking my $100,000. If you think we are taking money from the banks, that's what we're doing. So keep that mindset when you're a trader. Remember back when you were a new trader or a new investor, and try to help your fellow man along, your fellow woman along. Him, her, them, whatever they want to be called. Just try to help each other along out there in life. And if it's funny because your own friends and family will try to fuck you over. This is the place that you can come into this market and find other investors and traders that can help you along in your journey so that you can retire, you can stop working, you can pay for college, you can pay your mortgage off, whatever it is you want to do, have a retirement of some kind that you're not getting in your job because of inflation, because you're getting fucked over by everybody in your life. So try to help each other out. Join the Discord if you want a place to call home. Ask questions. Be honest. Be like, hey, I have experience here. I'm good at this. I suck at that. Or I like this and I don't like that. And try to learn some tools. If you're, my biggest hope is that you're picking up tools. You don't have to do everything I do, but hopefully you can get you have someone to trade with. You've got someone talking in the background. Chat to people inside the chat of YouTube. Join the Discord. Chat with other users and traders and investors in there to help you along. Don't ever hesitate to ask for help. Like, hey, I don't understand this. I need more explanation. Dumb this shit down for me so I can put it together. Live trade. Do a screener in one of those voice chat channels and show yourself live trading. We've got voice channels in there. I think you guys can do your own screeners in there where you can show your own live trading. Don't feel like you can't introduce tools inside of the Discord either. If you're like, hey, this works for me, and it's not something that I use, I don't fucking care if you do that shit. There's no like, hey, you can't do this and you can't do that or whatever. It's a very open community. Sorry, that's not for my rant. Have $1 million call come in on Tesla 1000C, April 14th, $1 million. Calls on TQQQ, high algo score, 2 times, 59,000 and 25,000, April 14th, 50 and 51C. Nike calls out of the blue. We had some Nike puts
Argentina
earlier this morning.
releasing some CPI data. Buenos Aires consumer prices up 55.9% year over year, 6.7% month over month.
$1 million.
Nationwide prices up 6.7% month over month and 55.1% year over year. It's for Argentina CPI figures.
$1 million. We're going to talk about CPI data from around the world too at some point and how it does impact our markets. Yeah, that's been on my
Pentagon's
list.
Kirby saying the Pentagon has talked with the industry about replenishing weapons.
We're going to talk about how that impact other CPI data from across the world, and especially inflation in other countries, how it impacts U.S. markets, especially with trade. So yeah, join Discord. Join if you want a place to go. If you're a quiet person, if you're an introvert, and you're like, I don't like because I'm the same way, right? Like you meet new people and you're like, well, I'm just gonna be quiet over here and just not say anything, or I'm embarrassed, or I don't want anybody to know what I'm good or bad at, or whatever. Just introduce yourself. Just be like, hey man, I want to learn how to do this, or hey man, I want to learn how to do that. How do I? Just don't even say hey man or hey woman. Just like go in and post. Be like, can anybody help me with this? Can you point me in the right direction? If any of you guys are looking for if any of you guys don't understand the inner workings of the options market, if you guys want put some dry shit on when you like trying to fall asleep at nighttime.
We're inside 1 hour now to the U.S. cash close. The Dow up 270, the S&P up 40, and the NASDAQ Composite up 245. The Russell 2000 up 35 points, or about 1.75%. And the U.S. 10-year yield at 2.687%, down 3.5 basis points on the day.
A little bit of weakness right now, a little bit of rollover right here in the market. I just put this up over here that I just put up a second ago. See if this holds right here. So we'll see if this holds or if it breaks through. And if you guys don't, hold on here. If you guys need free training that is unbiased, this is the Options Industry Council. It's put out by the CME. Go to this website, right? Get to know this website. You can explore over here on the left hand side. You can see different training regimens and programs in here. And this is actually another. This is from the Options Industry Council as well. This is optionseducation.org. This is put out by the CME, right? If you go down here, this is a video guide. This is free. This is all free videos on how to place covered calls, right? Here's a video right here on covered calls. And this is put out by the CBOE, the New York Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ. This is put out by the legitimate players in the market. You can use these videos to help you become a better investor, a better trader. So check out the Options Industry Council. I always see people trying to sell classes behind closed doors when you've got free classes put out by professionals, like literal market professionals put out classes. So we got a little bit of rejection off that 1020 above there. Price target achieved. Got a little bit of a rejection here on the SPY. Let's take a look at that. See if there's a dip to be bought. Hold on here. Can bring this higher. Got a little bit of a bounce off that little bit of a bounce right here. Off that little yellow bar. We'll see if that holds up here. Bring it back right there. See if we can trade that in the close. So if you're a new trader, if you're watching videos on YouTube and you're like, or you're paying for classes, stop fucking paying for classes and go to optionsindustrycouncil.org. It's a nonprofit geared towards helping retail traders. These are market professionals. They will give you the not inside information, but the complex details on how to trade this market. And some of it's very dry. That's the one thing about their classes. There's no guy there's no like Meet Kevin out there. There's no guy out there goofing around. They're very serious about trading and investing. But even if it's dry, you can put them on at nighttime. As you go to bed, you can drive around and just listen to them. If you don't understand these concepts, if you just listen to them over and over and over and over again, you'll start to understand the nomenclature, the speak, the inside speaking, and eventually it'll come to you, right? If you have someone using big words and big concepts. So check out the Tesla with a quick bounce right there. Oh shit! I said Tesla. I meant SPY. So there, I put that bar on Tesla. This is the SPY. This is the SPY channel right here. 1, 2, 3 over here. This is the SPY channel. And I was saying it was Tesla. Let's go back to that Tesla bar. This is the Tesla bar right here. I think I used some word salad. So we got SPY back on SPY right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another retest above here for 443. Now there's 176,000 calls on 442. Looks like they're going to try to pin it to the bell at least. It looks like they don't want it going any lower. Gorgeous. Look at that gorgeous. Look at that gorgeous hire. So Options Industry Council, if you don't pay for that shit out there, don't be out there paying for fucking classes. Don't be paying for like alpha shit behind closed doors. There are some people that put out some quality stuff that I've paid for. Like I pay for Spot Gamma, shit like that. There's what's this guy? There's a couple guys out there that I would pay for some of their information. But you guys don't have to be paying like out of your asses for stuff. I've paid for a lot of them myself, and then the guy that's talking to you might see him live for like an hour, or you get a recorded video, or you get a live stream for 45 minutes, or they might show up at a pivot 1 or 2 days a week, but they're off fucking pissing away the $300 you pay them every month, or $600 you pay them every month, or they're sending you signals that they're getting from people like me. I caught people doing, not people, but I've caught a couple bots that take posts that I make. So they're just rehashing and cycling stuff that guys like me, guys out there, or women out there, or whatever. It's becoming support right here. Just a heads up that 443 is now becoming support. Just see this right here. Follow my cursor. See this little bump right here. So might be able to make a nice leg higher right here. Nice squeeze higher. So yeah, try not to pay for that stuff you can. Some of those classes are good to pay for. I think Spot Gamma has a class. I've never taken it. I think it's a part of their package. I've never been interested in taking it. I've taken a few classes that I've paid for in the past, and most of them suck. I've got some, dude. I've got a library of classes. I could post them. They're just fucking goofy, half of these classes. Nice push higher to 443.23. We'll see if we can maintain up here now. See if we can create this little let's see if we can find out where it's going. Dude, this is blue skies above. I don't care what you say. If this holds here, this is definitely blue skies above. The Bulls are in charge right now. 443s are now worth 67 cents. Fuck yes. Hells yes. I don't know if we turn around here or not. If we continue higher, we should be able to move up to 445. It's only fucking 309 too. Power hour, baby. Yeah, it's basin, baby. Support on SPY for a bounce chase is 443. It's starting to create a base right now. If it can hold right here, it can squeeze to 445. We'll see if it's going to leg up here. If it can base here, you can see right here. All these sellers have been, what it looks like on paper, all these sellers have been worn out. So if it can base here, I'm not seeing sellers in charge to make that leg higher. I don't know if we get higher here, but let's go back here and look. Let's see if we can get. Yeah, see the sellers they're up here at 444.80. Sellers are weak currently in here. Doesn't mean we don't roll here. I'm just saying the buyers seem to be buying the dip at 442.10. The sellers seem to be higher. Looks like sellers are coming down currently. They just moved down to 443.40. Yeah, looks like they moved down slightly here. So you can find where they are. The majority of them. Nice tag at 443.27. Calls coming in on SPX, Facebook, X, SPY, TQQQs. SPX April 13th, 44.55, only $45,000. Neat little block of calls came in on two tickers. We've got AR June 17th, 36C for $936,000. We have SP, or then we have those AR, and then we've got OVV, Oscar Victor Victor, July 15th, 55C for $808,000. Another interesting trade. So we'll see here. Looks like it's basing right now. I don't see a lot of resistance here. This is a tough call right here to see if we can get to 445 into the bell, or at least to try to tag that 445 above. But the sellers are weaker here. You can see it on the right hand side here. It's weak, all the way up to 444 and 445. I want to call that, but I can't just yet. Call that attempt. Maybe 444.40 as an attempt. There's still interest in calls. There's 180,000 calls on 442. So we'll see if we get that squeeze higher here. Looks like we might catch it. Now we've got 179,000. We're actually getting calls added in currently. So something's up. Probably a squeeze. We'll see how high we can get here. I can't call it here for some reason. Can't see it. Usually it's defined. And see a little wall of sellers here at 44330. It's kind of a mixed bag in here. Tough to call. Maybe drop for some more. Maybe we drop slightly to get some more support. More commitment from buyers. Tough to call. Buyers certainly in control. Need another push. Need more money. Need more believers that we're going higher. Show you guys what we're looking at here. 444.40 price target. Get a little bit of help from market makers. Octa Pampin 5% for the day. Good job. Yeah, I can show you where they are above. And show you where they're hiding up there. Right there. Right there. Right there. They're hiding in here. Right there. And you can kind of see that band right there. For 44.40. Just like traffic all the way up. Have to grind it all up to 445. And then vol leaves. Sellers and vol leaves at 445.90 up in here. NVIDIA. If QQQs can close the gap at 349, it becomes bullish. Trends P and P call lowish. Octapampin, yep. Hell yeah, you believe. Josh, seeing isn't believing. Believing is seeing. I believe Spy can fly. Guys are hilarious. Hey, you're welcome, Corey. Right on, brother. At least on some line I drew. Hilarious, Chase. Now trading 443.44. My price target above is 444.40 with traffic. 445, you could get there. But what I say earlier, right? Take some off the table, let a few run. It's free money. You've already earned it. If you aren't in anything right now and you're looking for an entry point, just wait for a dip and grab something for the bell close. There might be another dip in here. Hopefully there's another dip in here so you can get in. Just been grinding straight up. Do be conscious of something as we go here, as we go up here, right? You can see this nice little move right here. This nice little grind higher, quick little relief, right? Grind higher. You might see that quick little relief and that grind higher. So if there's another chance at a quick relief, you can take that next run up. It's been relentless the entire day. This entire day has just been one full fucking blast off. Even this shit in here printed. We were able to trade this all day long. Easy day trade today. Easy day trading today. Easy day trading today. Easy dip buying today. All in all, just easy street. So just be careful of this see this move down. Could get another quick relief move down, then another pump higher. We're at 443.52. So just along the way, take your bread and run. Take your money and run. It is now 3:19. We've got 41 minutes left in the day. VIX now just falling to pieces over here. Now down to 21.89. Talked about wanting to see the VIX down around 21. I think we said 21.14 or something like that. Think about the VIX when you're trading. I want you to think about its implication. So when you guys were talking about what do we think is going to happen, what's going to happen tomorrow, what's going to happen Sunday and Monday, you can always also think about this in your mind. You've got the VIX, right? This is getting bullish over here, right? Start to put the pieces together. It's kind of fucking wonky looking. But I always think about the VIX when you're trading SPY. Even when you're trading the Qs, think about the VIX. Trading Tesla, think about the VIX. Start to get a little bit of a better picture, right, of the VIX. Doesn't have to be perfect, right? But you can think to yourself, how much farther down can we go here before we catch another bounce, or before we break through? If let's say we can go down here, come back up here, and then trade lower. Think about if you're like, hey, if we're gonna, let's say if Cap say we're gonna have a green day tomorrow, when does the VIX sell off into Friday close so that it bounces back up for Monday, or is it something where we have a negative Friday? Or we have a positive overnight, right? We got a big bar down, and then we start selling off Friday, right? So we can come back above. Think about the VIX's relationship to your ideas on where SPY is going to be today, tomorrow, and then of course the setup for Monday being green or red. And you can kind of see it right there, right? This is setting up for bears, right? This is a bear flag, right? Not a bull flag. and then start to think about what bottom is. Like, where can we go? You start adding in. We know we've got some confirmed support down below at 1850. And think about Friday. I keep saying Friday, but you know what I mean. Thursday, and then Monday. So keep that in your mind. SPY up 1.17% today. Implied move today was 1.5%. Think about that now too, right? We're bullish, and we still are within the expected range of trading today. Looks like it'll put us at somewhere between 444 and 444.40 and 445 if we were to trade up to that 1.57 implied move for the day. Adding 1 plus 1 plus 2. It's a beautiful move right there. See if we can squinch this down a little bit, see where the sellers are above. Yep, right up there, 445. You can see it on the right-hand side here. You can see right down here, the buyers down here. Currently have a buy program on. We have more buyers than sellers. I don't know what the imbalance is, but it's definitely to the buy side. Now trading 443.50, 443.53. Look at that, just blasting. It's insane. And that gorgeous moves. Currently more put buyers than call sellers, or excuse me, currently more put buyers than call buyers. So what does this mean? I think Chase is asking, why are we not rolling it over? So yesterday we had real money selling, right? Today, what do we talk about today? What do we say this morning at the start? We said we have more SPY calls coming in. We said this is an opportunity for put buyers to reposition themselves. I talked to you all day long and said today, this is a good place at 445 to 450 to place some put spreads. Right? So you're like, why is the market not rolling over right now? It's not intended. So you can be buying some puts that are dated for mid-April, late April right now, right? You replace some puts that are in the money, put spreads, and those will show up in the hero indicator, even though we're trading higher. They're looking for a print in the money. You get some 445. Let's look them up what they'll print. Matter of fact, let me look some up right now. Let's look some up. We're almost there. Help the bears out a little bit. Just give me 2 seconds here. Okay, we're going to do some trades. We're going to do the SPY. Should be a month, right? Trade the SPY. And we're going to be bearish. And we're going to pick May 18th. Okay. Generate trades. We know we'll have volatility into the 18th. There ain't no fucking way around it. Do I think we're coming back to retest 443 between now and May 18th? Fuck yes, we are. Fuck yes. I don't give a fuck if we trade to 460. We will fucking see 443 by May 18th. We might not see 420 or 400, but we will fucking see where we are right now. So let's see if we can do this. 444s, 443. We'll do 440 right here. That's actually a pretty nice trade. Okay, so we're looking at that right now. $158. Okay, so this is a pretty good fucking trade. Okay, so we're going to look over there. Here you go. All right. So this is a SPY debit put spread. This expires on May 18th. See right here, expiry, May 18th. It's a 440, 444 put spread. Do I think we're going to... Oh, look, we're rolling over already. If I can say something. So the debit put spread is for... I said that 445 to 450 is a good time to place some puts, right? So between now and May 18th, do I think we'll see 440 and 444? Fuck yeah, I do. You're fucking right. Coming into like crazy. Then we could trade up to 460 in April. I don't give a fuck. The only thing that I know, right? Is that we'll see 440 again. $143 prints almost double. Not almost, but you know, it prints 180%. And if you're a trader or an investor that can't stand by the computer all day long, not a bad fucking payout. Not a bad fucking payout. $142. Oh, now it's $143. But it was $142. You place that trade and you don't look at it. And I don't give a fuck if we go to 460. It's coming the fuck back down to 440. I guarantee it by May 18th. Now, it might not be down at 400 or 4,000 then, but it'll be there. I might even do the 18th. I might do like maybe the date before the 18th, somewhere in there. It's a pretty fucking good trade. Fucking trade does we could come up here and come straight back down here. We could come up here and just touch right here, and you're gonna print. And this shows the implied move. This shows the implied move, right? You got a implied move that we're gonna actually do all-time highs between now and May 18th. I fucking doubt it. Now this says I've only got a 47% chance of probably to profit. But this thing isn't a smart AI. It's just a simple AI for the implied move for bears and bulls. If you're a bear, though, the implied move is right in the fucking money down here, 250 or at 425, right? And that's what we talked about, right? We should get 420 into May 18th, and this seems reasonable. So that's a beautiful trade. I think that's a beautiful trade. Maybe I'm wrong. And the cool part is, right, that if you're selling and buying a put, right? If you take this trade on some brokerages.
That's one thing. Inflation data this week was high, but not that surprising.
If we trade higher here, you can cut one side loose, right? If we trade higher for part of this, you can cut the put that you're selling and then hold on to the put that you bought, and you'll win both sides of this trade on a put spread. Now, I think there's another opportunity to buy call spreads, believe it or not, even in this regime. There's still another chance to buy call spread and hold both to print between now and May, believe it or not. I think you can get another call spread to print in April and hold a put spread right now.
Fed will continue with its plan for rate hikes, reducing accommodation to get inflation under control.
So, there's an opportunity. Your first opportunity, bulls or bears. We're at 443.58.
March CPI is pretty much at the peak.
One note: there's a lot of even though we're rolling over slightly right here, there's a nice premium on calls right now. Beautiful premium in calls.
Waller saying he's forecasting inflation has peaked and will start to fall.
One more note as well. This morning at the bell, what strike did I call out to you this morning at the bell? It's called out 443 for 19 cents, I think, or 30 cents or something. Currently trading at 73 cents.
Has come in to support a 50 basis point hike in May.
Currently trading at 53 cents. I think it was 19 cents the first time. Yeah, it was 19 cents. Now trading at 73 cents. That is a 400% option on the day.
Waller saying prefers 50 basis point hike in May and possibly more in June and July. He wants to get to above neutral by the latter half of the year.
Yeah, the 443s were 19 or 20
Waller
cents,
considered
right?
a hawk and is
they
a voter.
As low as 13 cents. Now worth 88 cents right now. 88 cents. 400% print. You're welcome. Now they're worth 90 cents. Almost coming into a 500% print for the day. It's a 500% print if you weren't buying and selling all the way up. Yes, sir. 443, baby. You see that, right? Your wife's boyfriend? 443C. Now worth 95
downward
cents.
pressure on prices in coming months. Higher mortgage rates will have a bite on how much people can pay for houses.
443C is now $1.01. 500%. Burr, baby, burr. All right, I just sold. Thank you very much. $444.40, still that price target we're looking for. Sometimes you'll get the creepy crawlies up into the close to 445. If we see that creepy crawly up into the close, you might see some pretty good, a pretty good chance of trying to get past all those sellers, trap those sellers into tomorrow. Just smashing and blasting. So I came in with my guns blasting. Blah, blah, blah.
Waller saying it's completely feasible to avert a recession.
You also have so here's another thing to be peeking at, right? Everybody was on the 442s. They were at 72 cents at one point. Now they're $1.84. It's like 100% print. Had you gone one strike out, you made 3 times, 4 times the money.
Pullback in demand for labor and not have a big impact on jobs.
I got a yeet. Michael's like, yeet. I sold my my calls just now, the ones that I had, the runners I had. Yeah, I said the rates rolled over at the end of the day today, but 20 minutes ago we heard that the rates rolled over. Now trading 443.90. Give me that squeeze, baby. Give me that squeeze higher.
Waller saying he doesn't see any value in trying to shock the markets in order to get inflation down.
Doesn't want to shock the market. The shaka. That's the top there at 446.99. 445 is where, like, technically we should hit 445. So I guess I'll put that on there. But what I see a lot of some sellers up there, some weird sellers hiding up in here. So we'll see if we can get up here to that 440.40. Right, see right here, these hidden sellers right here. There's a little bit. See that right there? They're in there. See them hiding right here? And then that 445. This is the last band of sellers. See them hiding down here? That's that 440.40 number. I might buy one more rip. If we can get one more rip, if we can get one more rip in here. I don't know what's going on with this fucking. Get right here. I might grab some of this. Hold on. There's a little bit of late selling going on. So this right here might. I'm gonna look for maybe a little bit more. What time is it right now? 3:37. Maybe to like 3:40. Keep an eye on this right here. Nice little tweezer move. Give it a minute to breathe. I might enter one more trade with you. Give it just a second here. Might just blast off too. Might just be no quarter. If we can see it up here.
Well, they're saying the economy will be able to withstand aggressive Fed actions.
Okay, so what's the plan for shorting,
It's a good time
right?
for aggressive actions by the Fed because the economy can take it.
The only thing you want to be thinking about right now is placement with put spreads if you're a bear. Right, we talked about that this morning, right? Just placement. You can buy some spreads today, and it doesn't matter where you rip to tomorrow. If you put them on an account that you don't stare at every day, we should get some weakness into next week. Then we should get a nice rip as well for the end of the month or sideways trade for ER season. And then we should start selling off into May, right? We know that we're going to sell off into May at some point. Spreads are your friend here. Spreads are the kind of thing right here where we can go higher and you can be in put spreads, right? We know that we can still liquidate the market here, and those will print between now and May. You know that we could trade to 450 tomorrow. You could buy 445p spreads, right, to 440 speed or 440, 445p spreads for May. And it's not going to fucking matter if we trade to 450. It's still coming fucking back down. We all fucking know it's coming back down. Everybody knows it's coming back down. So like horseshoes and hand grenades, if you miss the short today and you're like, to come back tomorrow and say, Cap, I should have bought those fucking spreads yesterday. Or Cap, I knew I should have shorted. You don't, why bother with who cares? Just buy some fucking put spreads. Fuck, buy put spreads that are 450, 445 P, for May, and even if it goes up tomorrow, it's going to come back down anyways. Do I think we're gonna see 444 before May 18th? Yes, I do. So you could just buy them right in the money right now. If you're like dying and put a trade on, get some put spreads. Do I think we can go up from here? Sure. Do I think we can squeeze up from here? Sure. But what do you fucking care? They're fucking put spreads. They're not fucking calls or puts that you're holding. They fucking will print. If you're looking for a place to buy call spreads, I think we can go lower early next week. Monday, Tuesday, down days, bloodbath. And we can buy some, those put spreads will print. And you can buy some call spreads down there for April. This market's so easy to trade right now with spreads. We're in a negative gamma environment. Every fucking 3 days, we're up and down 100 points. If they ain't printing today, they're going to print sometime this week or next week. More money has been going in and coming out. How does he think the economy will handle that? I don't know the context of that. Why bother with normal puts where we are? There's no reason to buy puts right here. There's no need. The only time is a good time to buy like straight up calls or puts is intraday day trading. Other than that, put on some spreads, sit back and relax, and come back tomorrow and day trade it. There's plenty of money to be made in puts intraday. What's the Floyd? I missed that. More money has been going in than coming out. How does he think the economy will handle that? Yeah, you fucking QE. Is that what you're talking about? XLE's back at resistance. Yeah, they did that. They were pumping fucking oil trade. Everybody's pumping the oil trade right now. Everybody's pumping the oil trade. I'm looking at the oil trade with fucking my eyes are all squinty on it. I get the reason. I get the reason for it. But man, I understand the oil trade. I get it. Man, that shit looks like distribution so bad. I understand the oil trade. USO is fucking ripping today. And it's looking hella fucking bullish. Even where it's at right now, it's looking hella bullish. I shouldn't be so doubtful of the oil trade anymore. Like, the trade was such a good fucking trade. Now I'm like, I don't know. Maybe unless GDP is gonna go up. I feel like it's a trap. I feel like that's Spidey sense shit. Not that it won't go up. And I'm probably wrong on this, but I'm so suspect of it right now. A little bit of roll going on SPY real quick. Bulls taking some profit here. He bought some 444 for 39 put spreads for June. I don't know. I'll be honest. I'm going to be honest with you. If those start printing at all, I'd close them out. I will be honest with you. The moment that we might get that breakdown in May 18th, right? Think about this. You'll get the breakdown after May 18th, after OPEX. You should get a breakdown, but I'm going to tell you here that the next retest of highs is probably going to come in June. You're probably going to see a test of, if not all-time highs, you'll definitely see 460. If it's down from 4,000, just if you place that trade, just make sure that you close it out before we get to June. I wouldn't hold them into June, because my thought is that we might have to finally get that low. Let's say you get the low at 4,000 in like May 20th or 25th or 8th or something stupid like that. I think you're then going to see a huge face ripping fucking rally in May. I think in May, or not May, but in June sometime. So if you put them on right now, that's fine. If you get any kind of print out of it, like 20%, 50% or something, take the money and run. Think about when your closer date, because I think that you're still gonna. I think in June, I think if we get hit down to 4,000, you're gonna fucking get a face ripper, like 600 straight points up. Like, you think the last rally was good? You wait until you hit 4,000. There's gonna be a massive fucking rally off 4,000. You're gonna get a rally off 420. You're gonna get a rally off of 4,000. We'll still sell down below 4,000 later on, but you're gonna get a rally. You're gonna get a reaction. I promise. I'll fucking tell you this, okay? If you hit 400 or 4,000, 3,000, 2,000, 1,000, you're going to get a reaction. You're going to get algorithmic fucking full-on buying. Now trading to 440.04. We have just a little bit more to go. Just got to squeeze them out just a little bit more, right? Just got to squeeze them up here. It's 444.40. Called this price target down here somewhere. So we'll see. Maybe it was over here. I don't remember. It was somewhere down in here. Trade up 444.40. We have 14 minutes left to the bell. Talked about the creepy crawly up, right? Do we get the creepy crawly? Climb the wall of fear into the bell here. If we can tag this 444.40 or even 445 into the bell, very strong close. So right now, think about this too, right? This is a bullish close. Right, currently, if we were to sell like face rip and sell off right now, it'd be a weak close. But just a heads up to you, this is a bullish close on intraday charts, and we might have to look forward to this into tomorrow with more puts. And as a matter of fact, only half of the puts are being closed today. We still have another half of them to be closed tomorrow. This is a bullish close right now. 443s, man. Hell yes. We have Tesla calls coming in right now. April 14th, 1050C. That's our second price target. We had 1020 as the first, and then 1050 as the second price target. We have SPY calls coming in right now. April 29th, 444C, $934,000. April 29th. And that does make sense. Like if we get some weakness next week and then we rip it up into the end of April and then we sell it back down into May 18th. So think about it this way. You get another dip to buy for another run in April. And then we're going to get some weakness into May 18th. Or the week after, the week he talks about. And then we'll get a big push up in June. That would be the expectation. Something like that. Are they going to give me 444.40 or not? Looks like lots of just profit taking and a squeeze higher. What I think is this. I think you have to look at this perspective. We talked about this all day long, right? That we're in an area that you can buy some put spreads and they're probably going to print at some point. We're also in an area where I think the market goes up and down. Even though we're in negative gamma, I think it goes up and down. I think that you're going to get some weakness between now and the end of April to buy a nice fat run to the end of April. And then I think you're going to see a sell down in May. Do I think that we just fucking trade to the depths of hell tomorrow and it's just relentless straight down for a month and a half? No.
Texas Governor Abbott to halt
that.
some Mexican vehicle inspections.
So the easy thing in this regime,
the White House
right?
Complaining about these Texas government inspections at the border, saying that they were increasing costs.
All right, they gave me 444.11. I'll take it. So let's look at a chart, a larger chart. We're just selling off right here real quick. We've got 10 minutes left. So let's look at a larger time frame.
About 10 minutes to go to the close. The closing on balance is hovering around 400 million to the sell side.
Be careful there. We got a sell side going to close. Not much. So here's 400 down here. Here's that retest down below. We still have to do the retest down here, right? If we do the retest, right? This is we'll put a drawing in here for a vertical line. This is May 2nd, right here, right? So I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility for us to trade. We have this nice little relief rally, right? No call buyers stepping in. This is all just market makers doing this shit, right? We get some weakness, right? Might even tag down here. Trade higher, back to this line over here, right? Boom, there's the 17th right here. Maybe it's somewhere like this. That's the 18th of May, right? And then boom, that expiry is over. Blast down, hit that 400. Crazy selling for a week, right? But then we get into June, right? And we blast off higher up here. So it's something like this. I see something like this happening. I'm fucking this up right now, time frame wise. I'll do this over here for you so you can see what I think is going to happen between now and May. But even so, we could go up tomorrow to 450, still sell off a little bit. There goes your put spreads printing, right? We could still liquidate the market, and call spreads will print over here. I don't think fucking calls print over here until until June. Does that make sense? But I wouldn't want to have put spreads dated for June expiry down here and hold them to expiry and have the market blast back up in June. So timing or dating is important in calls and puts. It's easier for you to buy some put spreads up here, and it's easier for you to buy call spreads anywhere down in here, right? Put spreads up here, call spreads down here. And then day trade the rest of it over here. All day trading. Once you each time you press these or buy these things, right? You can day trade, intraday trade, be bearish and bullish at the same time. And we're getting to that place where we're getting up here where you can put them on. And I think we'll do. I think if we hit 4,000, I think we will make a giant rally. It's just like this rally down here, right? See these monster moves down, giant rally. Another test down below, giant rally. I think it's easy for us. Even when we go down, you guys got to remember that there's going to be another reaction. Okay? So let's even look at it from here. Let's say we go down one more time over here. And let's say the tag is... It sucks to do this on SPY because ES offers a better price target. You can kind of see it's all confluencing over here, right? Kind of see it's all confluence. Bam, then bam, right down here to like 393, 400 in May, and then we rocket ship up higher. I'll do this on an ES chart for you later on, but that's the plan for me. That's the plan that I'm sticking to. So just be conscious. Buy some put spreads up here. You can buy them today. You can buy them tomorrow. 50 fucking, believe it or not, we can go to 450 and it ain't gonna fucking matter. They're still gonna print. And look for those moments to buy call spreads. You know where they are. You know where they are. We show you the market breadth indicator when you buy call spreads. We're not quite there yet. But we'll get there soon. We'll get there. We should get there, excuse me. We should get there soon. We should get there like next week at some point. And if we don't get there, we're just going to day trade it, make money that way. Fuck no. I'm gonna warn every single one of you out there right now, okay? I'm gonna warn every single one of you. Mark my fucking words. I want you to remember something, okay? I'm gonna warn you of something. The moment we hit 4,000, right? Do not be caught short. Do I think we can trade below 4,000? Fuck yeah. I am warning you that when we hit 4,000, you're going to get a reaction. I'm going to tell you right now that market is, that sell-off is going to get bought. Do not get caught short at 4,000. You can let a bank do it. You can ride it all the way down to 4,000. But if you think I'm going to be fucking short into 4,000, fucking smoking crack, bro. No way. No fucking way. Matter of fact, you know who can tell you about that shit? You know who's got a good lesson for you? Ask Chase. It's not that we ain't going lower. It's that you take profit for the next leg down. Chase can attest to this. When we make new lows like that and on such a huge number, if you hit 4,000, trust me, you're going to get a reaction. Now, do we trade lower than that down the road? Sure, I'm open to that trade. I am. I just don't. Do I think you're going to blast through 4,000 down to like 360 that day or even that week? Fuck no. You're going to get a massive oversold bot. You're going to get a massive market reaction saying no. Dave Contrarian. This might be a good place to buy some lottos for tomorrow. Let's take a look for some lottos. We got, it's 3:57. We got 3 minutes left. Let me take a look here. You guys want some lottos for tomorrow? Let's have a look at some lottos. April 14th. Oh, there's a lot of interest in lottos for tomorrow. Everybody's on 445 C's. I agree with that trade. 448, 445. 95 cents for lottos for tomorrow. 446 are only 62 cents though. Those are cheap. More bang for the buck. So I bought some lottos. I bought some lottos for tomorrow. If you want to know what I think for tomorrow before the bell rings, I think that we gap up. I'm not positive on that. We could be weak tomorrow, but no matter what, I think we're going up tomorrow. I think we could trade down tomorrow. We can even trade down off the bell tomorrow. But right now, for the puts, everybody knows the puts are coming off today. That they came off today. They're going to come off tomorrow. I would think that we trade higher tomorrow too. So I'll take that bet. I could lose this bet. I'm not like the most confident in it, but I'm going to take the bet that we trade up. Overnight and then probably sell Friday. They won't give you a second day of. My fear for tomorrow is instead of this, see all this beautiful action all day long, that they'll just push it up tomorrow, and you won't be able to trade this tomorrow. I could be wrong on this trade, but my thought is that we still trade higher. We're close to resistance right now, so this whole rally could be over. But I want to see if we trade this up into tomorrow. I want to see if we can trade that up.
About 30 seconds to the closing bell in New York.
I'm going to add some more here. At the bell, we got calls on Baba. So I do think that we trade this up tomorrow. I think we gap it up tomorrow. I don't know if we gap up too high, we could sell off right at the open. But I think they're going to rob you of might rob you of this trade. You might not get this trade you might not get this tomorrow, right? You might get this tomorrow, but I think what they're going to do is they're going to do it tonight, something like that, and then maybe sideways, and then they sell it off into the bell. Profit taking into the bell. That's what I think happens. But I could be wrong. Okay, so I hope you all had a wonderful day today. It's 4 p.m. I'll catch back up with you tomorrow. Please like and subscribe to these videos. Please support the channels if you're making money, if you're learning new tools. If you're losing money, I don't know what to say to you. If you're losing money, I would say to you to paper trade with me, so that you can get comfortable. You don't have to actually trade it with live money. You can just paper trade it until you get to understand what we're doing here. So if you're losing money for any reason, you shouldn't be losing money, but if you are losing money, just paper trade it. If you like just hanging around, say hi in the chat. Want you guys to have a wonderful afternoon. I appreciate you showing up every single day. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning at like 8:39. If there ain't no fucking news tomorrow, well, we do have some news tomorrow. No, yeah, we get some news tomorrow. We've got fucking retail sales at 8:30. I forgot about that. We could get a dip. Matter of fact, we could gap up overnight, fucking dip this shit down, and then buy it. This might be a futures traders Globex trade for the night. We could see like big up night, sell off in the morning, and then another face ripper into the close. I forgot about retail sales tomorrow. That's a big one. But if retail sales are good tomorrow, we're gonna fucking. I'll tell you what. If retail sales are good tomorrow, we're gonna fucking blast off to 450 tomorrow. I'll base it on that. Good retail sales numbers, we're going high. Bad retail sales numbers, we'll go up overnight and then sell it off before the open tomorrow. I do want to say thanks for showing up with me every single day. I appreciate the support. Appreciate you guys subscribing, following along. We should have a great trade coming up here soon. You guys know about put spreads, right? Don't come back to me. Don't be fucking yelling at me if you're not putting put spreads on. They eventually print. Most guys that have followed those put and call spreads know that eventually they print. Thanks for showing up, all you guys. Thanks, Garrett, Andy, La Chupacabra, Chupacabra, Pian Huero, Mess, GT, Cecilia, Lucy, Mesa, Doughboy Capital, Binky, thanks for being here. Your wife's boyfriend, thanks for being here. Abraham, Brian, Elram, BD, Brad, Tack, Deb, Just Some Guy, Edison, Gary, Medford, King of the Hill, Floyd's Garage, Chase, brother, good to see you. Elram, Hut, good to see you. Who else is in there? Floyd's Garage. Who else is in here? A lot of talking. Clapton, Just Some Guy, Steven, Emerson, if you're out there listening along. Josh, brother, my brother, thanks for being here. Who else is sticking around? Michael, appreciate all you guys in here all day long. Appreciate it.